It's going to be a round-robin format, so we'll wind up with 3 fights. 1 fight Friday, 1 fight Saturday, and 1 fight on Sunday. So for this Witch Doctor, this was pretty much a budget build for us coming into these fall face-offs.
It's not the newest, greatest, latest brushless version of Witch Doctor that we are working towards, but it's also not the same old thing that we brought last time.
Well, with this rebuild, we also added some different forks. We've been slowly implementing forks on Witch Doctor to our dismay. I just want to fight with the weapon. I don't want to have to deal with other springy bits and forks dangly things, and the ground game race is a real thing, unfortunately, and fortunately it's not going away.
The configuration we were trying to run for Doom was our thickest ribs and our longest forks. It should have made weight, but it didn't, so we're going to switch to our shorter forks where we'll be a little bit underweight, but I think it'll still be pretty effective for this match.
The first time we put it in the box now is really the first time all the systems come together, and for me it's always the most nerve-wracking moment because we have a fight, it's just a few hours, and if things go wrong, the rest of our day changes drastically.
Let's go ahead and move around.
The forks themselves are beefier. They're not just like a stick. They're of structure. And this gives us the opportunity to go put them in the box, drive them around, make sure they're not going to get caught on floor seams or into the kill slots or under the wall, under the bumpers. One of our big fears is we don't want to hinder Mike's driving. We don't want him to be afraid of going towards the wall or pushing something into the wall, because if they slip out of the way and he goes full force into the wall, he's now stuck. We don't want that.
Well, I will say Doom is a scary design that I can't believe hasn't been done before. I mean, you've got your vertical weapon and everyone's got theirs on one side of the robot, leaving the other 3 sides open. Well, not them. They can hit you from the other side too.
They originally built the robot a few years ago and have gone to robo games, and they've gone to some of these other BattleBots events and iterated the robot each time, making big improvements over what they're learning. We looked at the robot earlier, and it's all new. It's actually very nice. Bit of engineering inside. It doesn't seem like it's designed like Scorpios or Sawblaze, where the intention is to scoop you, pin you, and then spin up the weapon and get a good hit on the top of your robot.
He's pretty creative with the ways he uses his blade, so I'm actually worried not just from his overhead attacks, but even when he's turning or trying to go around him. We watched a video of him versus Mortician, which is a 120-pound version of Tombstone, and he was able to remove both wheels just by kind of taking his blade and spinning it into them.
We've been watching them to see if they get the robot in the test box. They were in there earlier driving around, but they didn't have the weapon on it, so we weren't able to actually see the weapon or even see the armor fully assembled.
There's a very good likelihood that we're not fighting Doom because they're not ready.
Is there anything we can do to help them?
There's like 4 people with hands in the robot, and they have till 7. They're like, we're gonna make them the last fight, but they're already the last fight.
Okay.
It might be Witch Doctor versus Hypershock with the house box.
So we're basically on deck, like waiting there.
And you're gonna drive one or the other, yeah. Peter Abraham said, can I drive Hypershock? So he's gonna be driving Hypershock.
Oh, in that case, you have to beat the crap out of Pete.
No pressure. All right, so we have to be on deck, robot ready, jacketed up, ready to go.
Batteries are going in the robot. Outside. Check that out.
No, but
It's impressively broken.
no, stay leaning on.
Like all the structure comes from just one plank that's nailed in to the top.
So our rib armor was inspired largely to compete against overhead attacks. So I feel better knowing we have a configuration that's definitely has that kind of design in mind.
It's more than some teams would have for top armor, and we have different thicknesses, so we're obviously going to go with a thicker set of ribs on the top. They're still not impenetrable. They can be ripped off, as was shown in maybe our last season. Against huge, yes. So, I mean, if he hits it right and catches an edge, he could tear the ribs right off.
So this morning we watched, as many Doom BattleBots videos as we could find.
Does he box rush? Does he put his weapon down at the start of the fight and charge you with it? Does he keep it back and he's more conservative? And we couldn't really find a pattern. It seems like he's just adjusts to each opponent. So Mike's going to have to do the same. He's going to have to feel it out and kind of react to whatever Doom's doing.
Okay.
I gotta charge the batteries now.
Yeah.
Showtime, baby. How close till fight time?
I don't know. No.
It's very close.
God.
It's very close.
Ow!
About like that.
The crowd's here. They're a little amped up. Seems like a big chunk of the audience are Witch Doctor fans, so we're excited to see all of them and really want to put on a good show for them because we don't know if Doom's going to fight or not. I mean, it'll be fun either way, but it'd be more fun to have our real robot fight.
I've been excited for days. It's a lot of fun going on. You peek around the curtain to see everybody, and they're really excited.
That amping you up a little bit more?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Ooh, ah.
I'm nervous.
We barely got together less than 30 minutes ago, but some of ours work, most of them work, and the systems will all work.
What sort of advice do you have for the young ones who just want to get involved? What's the first step? What do they have to do first?
So I've been working for 2 years to have a good answer to that question, and we've launched a series of robot kits we call Camp Witch Doctor. So if you can't fly down to Florida where we live to learn how to build from us, you can actually take the kit home, follow along with 20 YouTube videos, and build your first robot. Not quite as big as these, they're 1 pound robots, but they're just as fun. We're super excited to have our Camp Witch Doctor students here with us today. They all flew in from different parts of the country to see us fight in person. They're all already robot builders. They got their start with the Camp Witch Doctor robot kits, and we're super excited to have them here. I really hope we can make them proud tonight.
Yep. Buddha finger.
Let's go! We're about to send Doom to its tomb.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Let the bot battle begin. Maybe Witch Doctor's gonna help him up!
Against our fight, it's not enough power.
Wow! Wow!
Wait, there it goes.
You watched the match with us. What do you think? How was the event tonight?
Today was fantastic. So amazing to be able to see Witch Doctor back in the box. The new paint scheme, the new colors, the self-riding. And he came out and it looked like we're ready to go into season 8. We just can't wait for this opportunity to really get the Voodoo crew in space.
Oh, all right.
So is this your first time seeing Witch Doctor in person?
First time in person, long time fan. long time fan, first time caller. Mind blowing. Really quick round, you know. Yeah. But yeah, good for Witch Doctor. Good for Witch Doctor, really fast.
We were able to get out there, do a little bit of dancing in the beginning, make sure our drivetrain was working. Then we got into some weapon speed, got to the side of them, clipped them. They were trying to self-right. I wish they had a little bit more time. The robot looked like it had more in it, that we could have taken it for another minute or two. So I'm excited to see what comes of Doom if they can get their self-righter working. We've been fighting our self-righter all day, so we totally feel the pain of a self-righter that's on the glitch.
We feel the doom and gloom.
Yeah.
Eventually, right? This was like a, with programming, probably it's an all-day job. Yeah, all day. Okay. All day with programming. 6061. Smart. What was that? That's gorgeous.
You're such a nerd, Steve.
I'm sorry.
He's a machining nerd. He used to work at a machine shop.
After a fight with Doom, they came over to our pit and dropped off this fork mount from their robot, continuing a long-standing BattleBots tradition. So we're really excited to have this as part of our collection.
Doom really struggled getting the robot ready. They didn't really get adequate time to do a lot of functional testing on their robot before the match. Everybody's in there tuning stuff and tweaking things and just making sure stuff works.
So I heard after that they ran out of time. They weren't able to get the second motor going on their self-rider, and so they just didn't have the power that they needed to get over again.
Witch Doctor felt great. The robot drove well. The forks didn't get hung up on the floor that I recollect, but I'm in like tunnel vision, so I have to go back and watch the fight again to remember anything. I don't know why that happens. Maybe it's the adrenaline.
The robot looked like it performed well. I'm glad it was a fight for Mike to kind of get the nerves and the rust knocked off.
We absorbed some of their steel onto our weapon, so we had to file some of it down because it was real sharp and not fun to work on.
Andrea and I had talked before the match that she wasn't going to go full beans with the weapon. We agreed on like 75%.
And that's not because we were being really nice and trying not to hit them too hard. We get better bite that way. That's what we tried against Gruff last season, and it worked really well for us. And they're also a really hard steel robot like them, so we took that experience. So yeah, I had kind of a plan. If that seemed to be too high, keep dropping it. If it was too low, kind of adjust it to get the really good hits. But the first one was all it took.
Actually, I was pleasantly surprised that the forks didn't seem to detract at all from Mike's driving. That's always a concern when you throw forks on, that you're going to get stuck on the floor or find a seam or something. And, it wasn't a full match. Maybe something could still happen, but they worked really well. So we're not worried now running them again in the next match.
So even though it was short, we still were able to test a lot of systems. Self-rider, still a big question mark. I have a feeling we'll have to use it in the next 2 days, though.
Tacos are usually made for eating, but this one better be ready for a beating.
Man, that taco got burnt.
Thanks for coming behind the scenes with us for our first BattleBots Faceoffs against Doom. If you want to learn more about Doom, make sure to check out their YouTube channel for some great build videos. We also have our own 50th Battle commemorative merch at our store at shop.teamwitchdoctor.com. Like and subscribe so you don't miss our next episode against Taco Tuesday. Thanks for watching.